Good morning, everybody, or soon to be afternoon. I wanted to wish you all a happy Friday, and we're going to continue and end with our week on squares. And for today's assignment, we're going to make grilled cheese sandwiches. So the first thing we need to do is get out all of our ingredients. So what you're going to see me have is I'm going to have the cooking spray, a pan in order to put the bread on. And if you notice, this is a square because it has how many sides? 4 sides. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we need a spatula, a knife, but your parents can only have the knife. We're going to have a piece of cheese. Actually, we've got 2 pieces of cheese, but there's 4 sides on this. This is a square. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're going to need butter. And then, of course, you're going to need bread. Now, for the end of it, we're going to do something special. So I'll put these all aside. Okay. So the first thing you need to do is get to your oven. Oh, but first, what did I forget to do, guys? Can you remember? It has something to do with my hands. What am I supposed to do before I cook? Wash our hands, right? So we come over here and get some soap. And then we're going to wash our hands. Make sure we get all of our bubbles. You're probably washing your hands a lot right now, aren't you? So we're going to do the fronts and the backs, the in-betweens, and our thumbs. And some of our wrists too. Okay, because we want to be clean whenever we prepare food. So we'll go ahead and rinse that out. Turn off our water. And then dry off our hands. Okay, so come over with me. We're gonna need our pan. And then we're going to put it on this burner. And you remember that this is an oven, and this part is called a stove. And these little dials are what goes ahead and puts the heat on. So if we look here, this looks like all of our burners. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the one that's red is the one that's up here, because see, there's one there and one here. So if I go ahead, I'm going to turn this on to about, I'm going to say 4. Okay, then my red light comes on to let me know that one of the burners are on so that nobody gets burnt. Okay, because my pans are kind of old, I'm going to use my cooking spray. And you can do this with one of your children, is just see if you can isolate the finger and hold it with them, and then you just make some spray right there. And what this does is it allows things not to stick. Then the next thing we're going to need is our bread. So I'm going to take out 4 slices of bread. Put this out of the way. So can you count with me? 4? 1, 2, 3, and 4. And look at the bread. It's almost like it's a square because it has how many sides? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do you know what color this is? This is white. So this is white bread. Okay. And then the next thing we have is butter. And if you open it up, you can see we've done a lot of cooking and used a lot of butter. So I'm going to get a, get a knife. Okay, so what we're going to do is just take a little bit of butter. Whoop, we can get that all cleaned up. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go ahead and spread it just so lightly. And we're going to do it to the second piece of bread. So that was 1 and 2. Now we're going to do, what comes after 2? Who can tell me what comes after 2? So you go 1, 2, so this would be 3, right? And then this will be our last piece of bread. Okay, so come on over, and I'm going to take the 2 pieces, and these are going to be the bottoms. So we're going to put one here and one here, and that's the butter going down, because the butter is what's going to make it nice on the bottom. And you can still see that's a square, and this is a square. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So we're going to open up our cheese. Lay one down there. Open up this one. And lay one there. Now can you see there's a square inside another square? So this one is your bigger square. This one's your smaller square. And then the next thing we're going to do is take our other 2 pieces of bread, 1 and 2. And you see how the butter's on top? Well, here it was on the bottom, so it would be there, and it would help with cooking it. These 2 pieces we're going to put on top. So on this, the butter's on top. So this is top and bottom. And then what we're going to do is take our spatula. And what you're going to do is just sort of press it a little bit. I don't know if you can hear it cooking. Can you hear it cooking? Can you hear it sizzling a little bit? Because it's starting to cook. And the heat is going to make the butter get all over the bread, and then it'll start to cook it and make it taste really good. So if we take a little view, you see how that's changed. And then if I turn it like this, see how the butter is starting to make the bread a little yellow? So this just takes a few moments. Just a few moments, so we'll just watch. I hope everybody's healthy with our break that we're having right now. And I bet your families are cooking a lot of meals, so it's real good if you can help with some things. Did you see when I turned it over? It went from looking like this, which was the butter, and now that it's cooking, it's starting to turn the butter yellow, isn't it? Here the butter looks white, and here the butter looks yellow. But remember that this is hot, so you got to be careful. Okay, now watch this. I'm going to take the spatula, I'm going to put it under, right? Then I'm going to flip it real fast. Now can you hear it? Now that side that has that white butter is now getting all cooked here. Can you hear it and see it? See how the bread just sort of gets all covered in butter? And then it just starts to have like just a pretty color. See, this is darker than this one. So this one we're going to flip again. So remember what we do. We put our spatula down, pick it up, and flip it real fast. What do you all like in your grilled cheese sandwiches? Do you just like American cheese? Or do you like pepper jack? What would you like in your grilled cheese? I kind of like American cheese. But if I were to put ham or turkey in it, I would probably use pepper jack. Pepper jack is a little spicy. Okay, so we're going to try it again. We're going to go to this one again and flip it. So this is just a flipping game now. I'm waiting for it to get all cooked and look good. Are you getting hungry? I know we are. This is going to be our early lunch today. Okay, we're going to try it again. See where we're at. Because we don't want it to burn, do we? There's nothing worse than a burnt grilled cheese sandwich. So let it cook just a little bit more. Don't we sometimes have these at North? And what do our cooking ladies normally pair with our grilled cheese sandwiches? Do they pair tomato soup? Yes, they do. Okay, we're going to flip it again. See, now that's starting to look like that's done. See how that one's a little bit darker than this? It's grilling pretty good. So we got to get this one to look sort of like that. We don't want to cook it too long or else it might burn. Okay. Let's check it again. Oh, we still got plenty of time, so let's move this one up. See how this has a circle right here? This is where a lot of the heat is. So sometimes if you move things that might be grilling a little bit too fast and you put that towards your center, that'll help with that getting cooked a little bit faster. Oh, that's starting to look better, isn't it, folks? I hope you all are liking our online learning and the lessons we've been doing. Are you getting outside? You need to get some exercise too. You need to get some fresh air. Okay, I'm going to take this one off. So I'm going to bring that all the way over. And I'm going to grab this. I'm going to put this one down. So there we go. We've got one sandwich. Well, that's starting to look really good, isn't it? Remember, we're working on a square. So 1, 2, 3, 4 sides on us, and then 4 on our bread. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You starting to think it looks like it's getting ready? What do you think, Cody? Do you think that looks ready? Kaisha, what do you think? Should we flip it one more time? Yeah, it's starting to look the same, isn't it? Okay. Adriana, do you think this is done? Look in a little bit. Does it look like it's getting brown? I think it's looking pretty well cooked, isn't it, Keandre? Okay, so what we're going to do for safety is we're going to turn off our burner. My light goes off. I'm going to take this handle and I'm going to carry it over to one that's not hot. Okay, so then you're going to see me bring this all the way back. We're going to put it on here. Okay. So this is what our grilled cheeses look like once they're done. And there's still a square. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then the next thing you can do is whenever you cut it, you can cut your grilled cheese in 4s. You cut down the center. And that makes your sandwich a half. So that's half a sandwich. This is what it looked like first. And this is what it looks like when you cut it straight down the middle. And then we can do something really neat here. And we can cut it this way. And it's kind of like we're making a puzzle. Okay. So when I cut it this way, I made 2. And then when I cut it this way, it comes out to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's also how many sides are on a square is 4. But look what that did. It made smaller ones. So this is a big square. This is a little square because it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. And then look, if we push them out further, do you see that better? And then look, it's like a puzzle piece. We bring one in, we bring the next one in, and that becomes your halves, right? And then if you bring this all the way up, it looks just like this. They're the same, aren't they? Okay, so these are both your grilled cheese sandwiches for today, but we're gonna do something a little fun. So we're gonna take one grilled cheese sandwich there and one grilled cheese sandwich there. Now, do you remember what our shape was for last week? What does this look like? Is that a circle? It is. But look, it's crackers and it's in a square box. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what we're gonna do for one of them is we're gonna get out 2 crackers. This just makes eating a little fun. And we're gonna pick out 2 crackers. So this is 1 cracker and 2 crackers, which is our circles from last week. And we're gonna put those down right there. So we're gonna make a train. So do you see this is like a car and these are the wheels that would go round and round? Okay. And then on this one, we're gonna use the banana. And then we're gonna use our knife and we're gonna go like this. Let a parent do this part. We're gonna put this up top because that's gonna be the little spout. And then we're gonna cut 1 and we're gonna cut 2. So right here, those are the wheels for that car, for the train. And then we're gonna use our good old Cheerios. And do you know what shape a Cheerio is? They're really small. I'm gonna take out a bunch of them. Look at that, look how small they are, while this is bigger. It's a bigger circle and a smaller circle. So part of our train, here you go. And the part where the smoke comes out, we're gonna use our Cheerios and we're gonna put them down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So here you go, guys. You're gonna have a good lunch. You're gonna have your squares. You're gonna have your circles from last week. So you got your smoke and your different wheels. And this is gonna be your lunch for today. But I wanna give you a little hint for you to think about this weekend on what we're gonna do next week. If we've done circles and this week we did squares, what do you think it's gonna be next week? Okay, coming close, I'll give you a clue. We're gonna cut it. We're gonna, instead of going straight, we're gonna go diagonal. Up. Okay, this is a little bit harder to cut. There we go. So what shape has 1, 2, 3 sides? Can you work on that this weekend? 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be our lesson for next week. Okay, y'all have a wonderful weekend, and I miss you bunches. Bye.